And Richmond has a darn good face-off man in Jared Chinoy, the senior from Fort Lauderdale. North Carolina may have a first-team All-American in Brady Wambach, who wins the opening draw for the Tar Heels. Carolina led by its no-name defense. Prohashka, Ashheim, and Salucci never started a game before this year, but it's been one of the top units. Good look here. Littlejohn save. Michael Gianfrancaro, the Princeton transfer, gets the first big save of this game. Second midfield on, Alpaw 13, Picard 11, and Gavin Creo in invert option number 10. Here's Picard, his shot stopped. Gianfrancaro 2 for 2, quick outlet up ahead. Carolina still looking for its first shot. Here comes Matten toward the crease, and the Tar Heels, I believe, are on the board. They are. The goal counts. Matten stayed out of the crease, and it's 1-0 UNC.
Goalie Michael Gianfrancaro, 2 saves, and that triggers the fast break. Joe Bresci, Carolina head coach, saying, we must play our best game of the year. We must turn up the heat. He wants to make this a track meet. He told us, we have to run. And there it is. They find a way to score in a non-6-on-6 set.
A-10 midfielder of the year. When he scores, Dan Chamati says the team feeds off of it. O'Neal now defended by Ashheim. Over to the wing, shot by Olsen, stopped by Gianfrancaro, who's 3 for 3.
Man-to-man defense, so slide from the interior here. 17 is the hot man. He's the double.
Wertheim was a midfielder on that Cornell team that finished runner-up in 2022. Now Duffy, turn, shot, save, Bigu. Let's see if the timeout by Dan Chamati calmed this Richmond Spiders unit. Wilson feeding in front, perfectly executed, and it's Ryan Levy beating his good buddy Zach Bigu.
Carolina goes to the invert set off the stoppage. Brevin Wilson, you look at his jitterbug quickness, right to left, right to left. Levy mirrors him. So as Wilson comes towards the camera here, Levy cuts away from the sliding defender. He cuts to space. Ryan Levy, who grew up right here in Chapel Hill. His mom's the head coach of the North Carolina women's program.
A big thing for Carolina, can they get production from players other than Duffy and Petramala? The 2 goals so far from Matten and Levy. Wambach wins another faceoff.
They're going to rope off Franklin Street tonight for you, Nish?
I'm heading home, but maybe for you. Petramala off the feed from Duffy. 8-7-7. Cash now.
Featured this combo in the open, and anytime 77 can set his feet without defensive interference and let it go, you might as well just turn and rake. That's goal number 46 on the season for the lefty from Baltimore, and here it is. He's got too much time and room. Dom Petramala from Duffy.
Now Sheridan.
42 loves the rollback, and Carolina's sitting on that.
Sheridan wheels down the alley. Serpents behind the cage. In front, Littlejohn. Tar Heels all over him.
That's custody.
Here comes Duffy. Draws the slide. Skips it. Now Wilson. Over to Petramala. Left hand. Save. Bigu. Rebound loose. Petramala again. And sends that one too high. 1:03 to go. Levy's got one of the 3 Carolina goals. Working on Pilling. Sends it up top from the wing. Shot by Wilson. It's saved. Ball is loose. Final 15 seconds. Bigu has it.
Push it.
Pilling can't handle the pass. It rolls out of bounds.
Plenty of time for Carolina.
A chance for Carolina with 7.1.
Time of possession really swayed towards the Heels. Zone defense now for Richmond.
Petramala from long range. Bigu the save.
The clean saves will help your clearing percentage.
Next, that is game 2 of 4 on day 1 of 2 here in round 1. Duffy has the short stick, gets top side. Did that go in?
They're saying yes.
It did. A 3-point first half for Owen Duffy, who entered the game in a 1 for 23 shooting slump.
You make the call at home, this ball's going to hit off the crossbar and then bounce into the net and kick out with backspin.
That's a goal.
That's a goal. It's a great call. Look at the official on the right side. He was in perfect position to make this call. Right there. You see him on the right side of your screen? That is textbook, man. What a great call by the official who puts himself in position to make the right call.
Teams on the season only clearing at 80% against UNC. There's Andrew Price. Now Macaluso. Macaluso shooting low. Big Hugh with his 5th save. Richmond has not really won a matchup in the 6-on-6. Barton all over Merklinger. Creo, his shot. Gianfrancaro right there. He is 5 for 5. Up ahead to Barton, a threat in transition, 11 career goals. Richmond able to win it back. Dunham. There's Picard. Merklinger on the invert. Spun back to his right, loses the angle, skip pass to the crease of Beauty, and Littlejohn gets Richmond on the board.
Spiders finally break the ice. A long extended possession, a wing dodge by Merklinger. Watch a double team, goes right there, goes halfway, backside's open. They jam it to Lucas Littlejohn and he breaks the seal, finally getting the ball past Gianfrancaro on the ball movement. Your goalie's got to come to the near post there. You then have to step up a level in the NCAA tournament, as they are right now against an ACC power, and go on the road. So things are stacked. The cards are stacked against these AQs.
Gianfrancaro with a big save. Littlejohn had another good look.
His best save of the game.
In April against Notre Dame, they shut out Notre Dame for most of the first half. Led 4-1 at the break, and then the Irish scored 11 goals in the second half, ended up winning that game 12-6. Wilson swims underneath, backpedals. Wertheim, Duffy, low to high. 4 points in the opening half for Owen Duffy, who's starting to look like the Owen Duffy we know.
Maybe his dodging will be a little compromised today with that bad knee, but his shooting certainly isn't. Wertheim puts this right on the spot. What makes this shot so tough, it's in the stick, one cradle, and then it's in the back of the net. It looked like Vigu may have gotten just a tiny piece of that off the top of his goalie stick.
Duffy, 2 goals, 2 assists.
Offensive coordinator Colin McGuire, who helps him out. They're looking for answers.
Creo got free and scores. He had a pair of 2-goal games in the A-10 tournament. He's now scored in 7 straight, and it's 5-2.
It's the first time Richmond's really been able to beat him off the dodge. Watch why is the double team slow? Richmond out of a 1-4-1 set, they've got 2 crease guys, and you know they're going to be slow to leave 27, but I'm just not sure why they didn't bump up from one of those interior spots. Instead, it's Barton, 24, who comes from the wing, and that gives Creo all sorts of time. Ball movement looks better. Their spacing is wider also.
Merklinger working on Prohaska. Salucci coming over to help. Olsen with 15, fires and scores. The Calgary, Alberta native pulls Richmond to within 2.
Spider fans erupt. Obvious adjustments, wider spreads. And what does that mean? Well, when Carolina doubles on the far wing, it's a long way to recover to the near side. And Lucas Olsen's got all sorts of real estate. He gets to dodge the approach. And in that case, the approach was so late, he just pulls up.
Olsen is second at team all-conference selection. Wambach and Chinoy do battle. And scooped up by the speedy Parker Hoffman. And did he step out of bounds? He did. Richmond ball. They got a chance here. Here's Stull to Littlejohn. Doorstep dunk. Along come the Spiders. It's a 1-goal game.
2 things stand out here. Hustle right here. They get the turnover and then restart ready. Stull stays on the field. He's one of Tommy Stull, 40 in red, the captain, is one of my favorite players in the entire country. He comes out of piles with the lacrosse ball. He makes great decisions. Littlejohn bails him out and makes a really insaneful, skillful catch.
For North Carolina, may start to feel eerily reminiscent of the Notre Dame game back on the 19th of April. Carolina had a 4-1 lead going into the second half. Next thing you know, it's a 12-6 Irish win.
Look at the compete level now. It's ratcheted up for both teams.
Well, we talked to Zach Vigue, the Richmond goalie. He said after the Cornell game, as this one is on the empty net, and it's going to go to Richmond. Two-way midi. Skip pass to the wing. Picard tries to track it down. No flag. Now somebody lost a glove. Feed inside. Littlejohn! A hat trick for Lucas Littlejohn and a brand new ball game. Richmond, a 3-0 spurt to open the second half.
We're going to have to see this again. 88 for Carolina. Chase Salucci loses his glove on the ground ball. Makes a diving play. His glove comes off and squirts up top. Look at the Carolina defense. They're distracted by it. And somehow they lose the man inside. They've done a wonderful job thus far covering the crease. And Lucas Littlejohn, there's no custody on that play.
4 unanswered, 3 in the second half.
Richmond's legacy tied to this game. They want to be the group that wins that first playoff game.
Sheridan, kick save. Gianfrancaro clamps down. Petramala loses Pilling. Gets to his left hand. Vigue the save. And Stahl had the rebound before dumping it back to Vigue. Back to Duffy. Now Suchek, the freshman. Duffy to Reedy. Petramala drops it in off the beautiful touch pass.
Insane execution. They're working the right-handed side. Skip, double skip, tic-tac-toe. They just slice and dice this defense with precision passing. Doesn't get any easier for Dom Petramala.
That goal ending a scoring drought of 10+ minutes. Wambach wins the faceoff. Carolina will try to play make it, take it. Carolina has to get it across midfield before that shot clock hits 60. Gianfrancaro out of the cage. This is going to be close. He gets across. He's still going. Gianfrancaro all the way. Save Vigue, and now an empty net. Here comes Richmond with the counter.
You got to attack seams of the zone defense. Someone's got to press a seam and draw two. Kick it, then kick the ball to the adjacent.
Duffy gets through the middle and scores. A hat trick for Owen Duffy.
Feels like the tempo of this game is picked up. Here's Gio running down the middle of the field. Look at his speed, two-handed cradle. Parting of the C right there, he gets through, and a great save by Vigue down low. I mean, that ball was heading to the corner. Now Gio's got to get back in the goal. He does. Richmond goes zone, and Duffy, what he does well there is he catches it and moves his feet. It's as if he kind of turns the corner against the short stick who's positioned in the middle of that zone defense, and Carolina capitalizes.
Chinoy and Wambach tied up. Richmond had it for a moment. Hoffman gets mauled.
Wow, that's playoff lacrosse right there. That's playoff lacrosse, Anish.
3 tallies in the A-10 championship against High Point. Merklinger defended by Hagerup. A quiet game for him until now.
He is the energy guy, and his bread and butter is the rollback. He can play attack, he can play midfield, and being two-handed, ambidextrous, gives him the ability to go in both directions. He rolls back left-handed and somehow doesn't get blown up. Watch this double team. Watch him elude this double team right there at the last second, free up his stick, and he beats Gio to the near post. A perfect shot.
And head coach Dan Shamati says, we go as he goes. Hoffman lightning quick. All the way, fires and scores. Parker Hoffman, goal number 6 on the season, and the answer comes in an eye blink.
former Fogo in high school, but because of his speed and his ability on ground balls, Joe Bresci has utilized him from the wings. And look at the burst. I mean, he is super fast, and he has had an impact now. You talk about his goal totals. This is a Carolina team that has not scored much in transition with their short stick defensive middies going from D to O.
A couple of Tewaaraton winners. Here comes Brevin Wilson. Now Petramala. 2 goals today, feeding inside. Reedy snuffed out by Vigu. 9 saves for Zach Vigu. Now Richmond, second nationally in clearing against this ferocious Carolina ride. Packard hits the turbo, fires on the run! 1-goal game in Chapel Hill.
Little Guns N' Roses patience by the goaltender. Watch how he waits this out and manages to hold his line. We talked to Zach this week, and he says he likes to play on that deep line, and that comes to his benefit. Packard capitalizing. Barton, 24 and white, got really aggressive on the ride and tried for the double team.
Packard was an offensive midfielder last year, played on the second midfield, scored 7 goals. This year, they needed him to play 2 ways, and he's been that guy. Chinoy out of the scramble.
Against Wambach, but so what? Again, we move on.
UNC had won 6 of the previous 7 faceoffs. Packard stings the top shelf. We're tied at 8. Charlie Packard, 1 goal all season, 2 in the last, 30 seconds?
Sophomore from Hingham, Mass. Has the Spider fans on their feet. A split right to left. Whoop. Strong plant foot, little hesitation move. Does it again, right to left, and nails the corner. Again, this guy played defensive midfield for most of the season. He's good enough and skilled enough to play at both ends. But the energy is the question mark for a coach. I don't want to burn him out.
Officially 2 goals in 39 seconds. DeCenzo taking the face-off for Richmond. Duffy draws the slide back to English. Harshberger gets inside, shoots low. Vigu turns it away. Rebound, Suchek, fresh 60. Duffy feeding inside. 1 more to Reedy. 9-8. UNC coming up with an answer every time Richmond starts to make a run.
Reedy from English, from Duffy. Owen Duffy's ability to attack the defense at all different spots, whether it's behind the net, from the wing, or up top. And he draws the double team. They kick it to Ty English, the passer, the midi. You'll see 23 catch this at goal line extended. Whoop, little quick stick inside. That is gorgeous, and they capitalize.
Carolina lost its best defender, Peter Toman, before the season started. And this group under Dave Petramala's tutelage has been a strong unit. That shot low, Gianfrancaro the save. 13 seconds, 3rd quarter. Farrell. Merklinger puts one up. Wow. Scores! Merklinger gives the crowd a little something to get excited for, the Richmond contingent. And we're tied at 9 with 2.6.
This is a disaster if you're Michael Gianfrancaro in the goal. You let this ball play you, and you step laterally, not at the ball. You've got to go attack this ball and scoop it up like a shortstop would scoop up a grounder. Aiden White, when he goes to the goal, he's drawing 2 and 3 defenders.
Petramala, there's a lyricism to that left-handed shot. He goes to the right, Vigu the save. Suchek comes up with it. It gives Carolina a fresh 60. Suchek on the invert. Plays it back to English. Harshberger drawing attention. Petramala fires and scores! Carolina retakes the lead. A hat trick for Dom Petramala.
Operating on the opposite wing, what makes this goal so difficult for goalie Zach Vignew is there's a little hesitation. Watch the head of the shooter, and the body language says he's going to take that left-handed overhand and jam it down low 5-hole, and just the hands drop for a second. It's tough. As a goalie, you're reading all the whole picture while trying to find the ball, and everything said he was going to go low with that. You see him tilt his hat down low.
By Luke Goldstock. Big face-off. Won by Richmond. Looking to get even again at 10-10. They've never led. Spiders hunting their first NCAA tournament win in program history. Lucas Littlejohn. Goal number 4, and we are tied for the 4th time today.
This is a little set piece that Richmond likes to run. Carry across underneath. You see Littlejohn vacates from the crease out to the wing. His man is in the he's in the slide position, so his man steps upfield and he peels to the outside. A little seam pass.
Eyes up for Harshbarger. Dislodged.
Oh,
that's a turnover. Over and back. Quick restart. A chance for Richmond to take the lead. Merklinger. One more. O'Neill. Gianfrancaro the save. Flag down.
An excellent defensive midfielder, so there's no matchups for Richmond to capitalize on.
They might have one here. Sheridan's got a shorty. Draws the slide. Creo. One more. Olsen. Step down! And the Spiders take their first lead.
Patience, poise, and precision on offense. A wing dodge draws the double team. Sheridan gets his ball out of his stick. You get the snappy ball reversal. Set your feet and let it rip. Guess what? Richmond's got the lead.
In Division I all season. Duffy 3 goals, 2 assists. He's got it now.
He draws an immediate double team, Anish.
There's the double. There's the cost turnover.
Well, that's
Richmond's
a big
2
one.
best poles, Dunham and Smith, collapsed, and now Vignew sets up the clear.
He makes plays, none bigger than that last one.
3rd nationally in caused turnovers. In a game against Georgetown this year, had 5 caused turnovers, 6 ground balls, inside roll, shot, score! The freshman Daniel Picard, a 2-goal lead for Richmond, and that feels massive right now.
All day long, I thought, when is Richmond going to go to their invert game? That is attacking with midfielders behind the net. Pickard from Pleasantville, New York, a freshman, bright future. Good speed up top with his north-south dodge. There you see it with the classic inside roll. Carolina a beat late on the double team.
Chinoy kicked the face-off out of bounds, a break for UNC. English a skip pass to Harshbarger. Gets inside, shot, save, Vignew. Ball is loose near the crease. Vignew, the native.
Right near our box.
So you saw Gianfrancaro, he's on the offensive half. There's the double on the ball right away. Creo trying to play keep away. On his feet, takes a shot to the head. Creo near the crease. 1:45 to go. Creo will take the dunk. A 3-goal lead for Richmond. It's 13-10. And now for Carolina to have a chance. Brady Wambach has to be Hercules.
Wow, the fans and the team can sense something historic is going down.
On the verge of knocking off UNC. Now the goalie's out. Merklinger near the end line, in trouble, dislodged, loose ball. It's on the ground. Salucci had it for a moment, can't scoop it up clean. Popped into the air to English. 1:10 to go. Carolina able to get it back. The back up to UNC. Precious seconds ticking off. Duffy again. Trying to get top side. He's hit. We're going to get a loose ball hold on Richmond. Back to Carolina. English picks it up. 25 seconds. Duffy gets a stick. English trail check. Able to hold on. Knocked loose on the ground. Stole. The senior captain corrals for Richmond. The Richmond fans on their feet. The Spiders come to Chapel Hill.